This show is brought to you by... The law isn't always black and white. When you need a lawyer who knows the law, call Michael Santa Barbara. Auto, truck, motorcycle accidents, wrongful death, free initial consultations, no recovery, no fee. Appointments available 24/7, including home and hospital. For all your personal injury cases, call Michael. Welcome to another episode of Between the Cracks. I'm Dan. I'm sitting here with Leanne, who is into steampunk. Now, for those of you who are tuning into Between the Cracks for the first time, it's a show about people who don't always follow what's considered society's norms. It doesn't mean they're bad. It doesn't mean they're good. It just means that they prefer to do things a little different. And this month, we're going to speak with Leanne about a lifestyle called steampunk. How you doing, Leanne?
I'm good. How are you?
Great. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself first?
I am a recent college graduate. I graduated from Shepherd University this year. I recently also started working. I like to do things, read, draw, write, play video games.
So you're very creative.
Yeah, I like the arts a lot.
Cool. Now, what made you get into steampunk?
I was browsing through an art website that I'm a part of, and I happened across photos of these crazy outfits with that, kind of like this, and I just noticed this term steampunk. And when I looked more into it, it was something that just kind of clicked. I feel like it's something that I've always kind of liked. I just didn't know what to call it. So when I discovered what it was, I just wanted to get more into it.
Just got into it. How long have you been into steampunk?
I found out what it was called in 2009. I put together my first outfit for a convention in 2010, and it's just kind of gone from there.
So they have steampunk conventions?
Yeah, you can wear them. You can wear outfits like this to any convention, really. It's because tons of people like it, and it's it's something to wear.
Right.
It's kind of crazy. And
now, do you wear those just any time of the day or night? Sometimes do you ever just go out, just wear it?
I have not full outfits because it does take time to figure out what to put together and everything. But my style nowadays does kind of reflect every now and then that the steampunk thing, I have accessories, or I love wearing boots, so I like to wear things like that and everything.
Right. Now it's big on the H.G. Wells stuff too, isn't it? He's kind of one of the big names in steampunk.
The Time Machine, other writings of his are influences. Also Jules Verne, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and even one of my favorite books, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, has also had influence.
So when you pick an outfit to put it together, is there a specific style of groupings or something? It's I remember in the old days, you don't wear white after a certain month or something. I mean, you never wear pink with blue. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a fashion person. But is there a kind of a rule of thumb for putting together these outfits?
I wouldn't say that there are rules. There are popular things people like to do, like the goggles. Lots of people like to wear the goggles.
I've seen whole masks and stuff. Some of that stuff is scary, which is one of the reasons we chose Leanne to do this episode, because of Halloween and dressing up. I thought it kind of went hand in hand pretty cool, because this is the October episode. So,
I've seen
those big masks and stuff, and they just kind of like you look at it and you...
Yeah, they can get as intense as the mask. They'll have tubes that connect to a pack that people wear on their back, and just all kinds of things. And the cool thing is most of the people who wear those things made them themselves. Wow. So it's it's a whole craft form for a lot of people too. I myself unfortunately don't know how to do all that, so I just kind of go with what I know to do.
So people, they create these outfits. Is there places to buy them?
Yeah, there are. I think the most common one, the most well-known, is Steampunk Couture. It's a company based out in Washington State, I believe. And the woman who runs that is absolutely amazing. She started out doing not simplistic things, but as she's progressed, it's gotten to ornate and just really pretty things. And of course, it's expensive, so I have to work up to buying something from that. But I love her work. And there are other companies called Damsel in This Dress. And
Damsel in This Dress?
Yeah. And
that's kind of cool. I like that.
It's really witty. I just
makes you want to go out and just rescue her just from hearing the name.
Yeah, they have really cool things too. And Clockwork Couture is another neo-Victorian kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, how did it get its name, steampunk? Do you know?
Steampunk.
I mean, it's like I've seen some of the outfits and all, and it seems like they're almost steam engine driven.
Yeah, the steam part comes from, well, the whole steampunk thing started, it came out of Victorian times under Queen Victoria.
So Queen Victoria was into steampunk? No.
It was just the time period, but it came out of like as if the future existed in the past, kind of thing. Innovation, science. It's mixed with like a whimsical fantasy kind of thing. Yeah,
it kind of just keeps evolving, and
as if the technology during the Victorian times had progressed to like using just the steam power and having all these machines that maybe we wouldn't have expected them to have back then.
Right. Well, that's pretty interesting
really
stuff.
Exciting. I love
it is. Now, would you wear this sort of thing just on a daily basis if you thought? What stops you from wearing it all the time?
I'd really like it if I had other people to go out and do things with.
Is that kind of like, you feel better with a crowd?
It's kind of a group
so it all doesn't focus on you.
It's really fun just when you have other people, because you can go out and take pictures, people come up and start talking to you, asking questions, and it just kind of turns into like a whole learning process, and it's really fun to just go out and hang out with people who...
You like blowing people's minds too? Yeah.
You get a lot of looks.
I remember one year I was down in D.C. and I was with some deaf friends, and I used to be much better at sign language than I am now. So we're standing there. It was July 4th. We all went down for the fireworks. And so, we're signing and talking to each other and stuff. And there's something about it. People would gather around or just stop as they were passing us and stare at us with this hopeful look in their face like, hi, I really want to talk to you, but I have no clue how. And then, of course, the ones that they yell as if, that's going to make a difference. They yell and they talk slow to deaf people. Oh, just for the record, most deaf people don't hear loud, and slow doesn't help. So anyway, they would do that. And we were standing there, and there was this one woman, and she had this look on her face, and she was really trying to figure a way to get into the conversation. So she's looking around, and, we're sign language and everything else. And at one point I stopped and turned around. I says, can I help you? And the woman just froze, and her face, their eyes got this big, And she goes, I thought you were deaf. I said, no, they are. And talking loud doesn't help. So I imagine you get out with a group of people. Do you see people kind of gravitating towards you to check it out?
Well, the most I've worn these outfits is like around times like Halloween, where people expect people to wear these things, and then to conventions. So at cons, it's like people expect to see people dressed in crazy outfits.
Right.
But then you also at all the cons I've been to where I've interacted with other steampunks, it's like they've all been really awesome. Like we all talk to each other.
Well, you support each other.
Yeah. How did you make this? Where did you get that? What inspired this?
It's great to be able to find somebody to share your interests, especially when you don't find a lot of people locally. Is there much of a steampunk group?
I don't know anyone else in this area.
You're it.
Other than one of my good friends has some steampunkish outfits that we wore to a con once, but she doesn't have as much as I do.
Right.
And she likes it, but...
but she's not quite on the same level of interest with you.
Not really.
No, so that's pretty cool, though. You're the only one in this area. So if there are any more steampunk people out there, get in touch with Mace TV, and maybe I can hook you all up, start your own little group, and
awesome.
Build me a steam engine so I don't have to buy gas anymore.
Yeah, that would be very exciting.
Yeah, I'd love it. Now, some of these steampunk outfits we're showing here are pretty unique and interesting. And it's easy to see that people put a lot of effort into creating these things. And how long does it take you to put together an outfit like that?
This one, it didn't take me too long because I already owned most of this. I've had stuff that's been Victorian looking for years, but I just wore it because I liked it. I didn't really know what to do with it for a costume or something. So these skirts I've had since middle school. This shirt I've had since junior high. I unfortunately don't know how to sew, so I just look for things that click with me, and I can see, I can use this for something, and then I alter it if I need to.
That's pretty cool. Are you trying to save up some money to buy some one of those outfits you talked about?
I would like to. They cost few $100s.
A few $100?
Yeah.
And what do you get for a few $100?
I've been looking a lot at Steampunk Couture. It's like full outfits. You can get shoes, pants, top, jacket, hat. They come with it depends on what the outfit is. Like this one, it's a really, like a gorgeous dress with a wig and all kinds of things
pretty
with
cool.
it. Yeah, but it's a lot of money.
Now you go to these cons, they're conventions. And how many of those do they have, and where are they?
The steampunk ones?
Yeah.
I'm still learning of all of them, since steampunk is kind of it's on the rise right now, so I'm still learning of all the ones that are out there. The most recent one I've learned of, someone asked me if I was going, was TeslaCon, and it's a ways away from here.
Is that like Tesla coils? Is that where that came from?
Yeah, Tesla, yeah. He, even though it's not steam, it's electricity, but I think steampunks like to look.
It's acceptable.
It's like the next step ahead. So,
which brings us to something you mentioned before was diesel punk and arcane punk. Tell us a little bit about those two.
Diesel punk, from my understanding, is comes out of the 40s, and it revolves around gas-powered machines. I think it draws inspiration out of the World Wars, World War I and II, that progression in technology. And arcane punk, it revolves around magic. I don't know a whole lot about this one yet. From what I've seen from costume designs from some of my friends over in England, I saw he had created these hand things, kind of makes me think of Iron Man, but it to cast magic.
It helps. Does he believe it actually does?
I don't think he believes it actually does. It's
okay, good. I was going to say he slipped way between the cracks on that one.
He's they like to write about themselves as their characters. They have stories they've written and stuff.
They sound like living avatars. They're
very cool. Yeah, they're really great people.
It's pretty interesting stuff. Is there anything you'd like to say to the folks that are watching?
Just that.
Get into steampunk. Call me. Awesome. We can hang out, do cons together.
I'd like to meet more people. It's a very fun subculture. All the people I've met are so nice and awesome, and we all get along really well. We love meeting up at conventions and seeing each other.
Do you see the same ones repeatedly at different conventions so you kind of get back together?
I've seen a few of the repeated ones, but this year at Otakon there were a lot more people, so I met some new people too, and we've all connected online and we keep in touch about things. I keep getting invites to go to the big steampunk convention, is the Steampunk World's Fair in New Jersey, and I would love to go to that one. It happens in May, but unfortunately my car isn't good enough to drive that distance, so I have to figure out another way to get there. Plus I'd like someone to go with me, because I'm not going all the way to New Jersey by myself. But it just looks so amazing. There's music, art, fashion shows.
What kind of music would be steampunk music? Banging of the radiator?
No.
I grew up in New York City. I didn't know I was into steampunk. Used to listen to the janitor. You beat on the radiator to get the heat to come up.
Steampunk music. I've heard bands. Two of the bands I'm most familiar with are the Clockwork Dolls, and probably the most popular band of steampunk is Abney Park. Abney Park kind of has a rock feel to it, but if you listen to the lyrics, they're heavily steampunk influenced, and just their show, their look, everything is just...
Sounds pretty cool. I'm going to have to check this out.
Yeah.
You were in a movie recently on Maze TV, which launches this month also. You were a ghost hunter, and I want to thank you for coming in. We shot Ghost Hunters. Hauntings is the name of the show, and you can watch it on Maze TV. And one of the actresses didn't make it the actual day of the shoot. And Leanne was kind enough to step in last minute with no script, and she did phenomenal. So if you want to see Leanne as a ghost hunter, check out Hauntings. And thank you again for doing that. And is there anything else you'd like to say to folks before we shut it down?
If you're interested in steampunk, look into it. Learn about it. It's awesome.
Call Leanne, drive to Jersey.
Yeah, I need to get to Jersey.
I can see you on the highway in a steampunk outfit, right? All right, folks, I want to thank you for watching. It's another episode of Between the Cracks. Tune in next month for a new one. And have a great day.